Welcome to Made in Montgomery. I'm Susan Kenedy. In this episode, a product invented by two Montgomery County dads that's selling like hotcakes.
It's incredible how many people will say, you know, I got to meet my grandmother and we sat 6 feet apart and we lit this and we did it in so many pictures of people social distancing.
From business management to chocolatier, we'll take you to Gaithersburg and introduce you to the candy, ma'am.
Because everyone's mom has a little bit of a crush on Dr. Fauci. I'm just gonna say, we put Dr. Fauci on chocolates and it literally saved our business.
Unbelievable. He saved the world and you.
He saved millions of lives and Chiquette chocolates.
There you go.
And say it with flowers. We visit a long-standing Silver Spring business that's spreading the love.
It's an amazingly diverse community. I've been born and raised here and love the county myself.
Chris McCaslin and Michael Opalski are neighbors in Potomac who found themselves with time on their hands when the pandemic hit.
I started learning about Shopify and other ways to make money online, and I started watching a lot of YouTube videos on e-commerce and Shopify, and at that point I decided that we needed to come up with some sort of product.
So during the summer, while their kids played outside, the two started to kick around ideas about how to capitalize on their situation. What they came up with? City Bonfires, a portable mini bonfire.
That's soy wax, 100% soy wax.
They started with a pot and a hot plate in their garage.
It's the first ones I poured.
And now the business occupies a warehouse in Rockville with 25 employees, many of whom lost work due to the pandemic. And sales are hot.
There's probably 1,500, 2,000 bonfires going out today.
Since August, they have sold more than 115,000 of the bonfires. And even after the holidays, there are still about 2,000 city bonfires headed out of the warehouse every day. You could call their idea a baptism by fire.
I mean, it was in the garage, you know, we were playing with stuff. We had, you know, we were running through prototypes and it was fun. It was in the garage, so the kids were running in and out. It was a really nice, like, homage back to what we grew up with.
Hey, how are you?
Will Juwando.
Chris, nice to meet you.
Councilmember Will Juwando stopped by to congratulate the pair on their success and to pick up a s'more kit for his family.
You know, 90% of the businesses in the county are small businesses, and you know, a lot of them started like you, and so we have a big focus. Obviously, it's been hit hard during the pandemic, but it's really nice to see that innovation and ingenuity still going, and that we were able to kind of feed that and nurture it so you could do it here.
The bonfires are handmade in Maryland and use sustainable products. Once it's lit, it will burn for up to 4 hours. The tin has safety instructions printed on it, as well as a QR code to get to the website for more information.
That's almost the best feature, to where, like, using a fire pit or a solo stove or bigger unit, is you start this huge fire, your kids do s'mores,
10 minutes.
You know, and even an hour later, you're ready to go to bed, but you got a fire in the backyard. You can't just go to bed.
Yeah.
So this, you know, you literally just slide it over and it exhausts the flame.
You can even enjoy an authentic campfire treat when you purchase one of their s'more kits. McCaslin and Opalski knew these little creations could bring people together in a safe way.
It's incredible how many people will say, you know, I got to meet my grandmother and we sat 6 feet apart and we lit this and we did it in so many pictures of people social distancing.
McCaslin owns Quincy South and Opalski works in the restaurant supply business. But they have a vision for city bonfires beyond the pandemic. This summer, they plan to launch a eucalyptus bonfire to keep bugs away. Both say Maryland is home, and they plan on staying here.
What was fun about it is it was something that we started, and at happenstance it caught fire, and so we're running with it. But we want to stay local. We want to support, you know, Maryland and all the people around us.
I really like that you guys have the Maryland theme here.
Yeah,
Well, we're both Maryland guys, and we love our Maryland.
So growing up here and doing business here is definitely a big part of our lives.
A lot of the people that he and I know were able to help us. Some of the great things that the county provided us is that, you know, when we had the idea and when it was ready to move from the garage, The infrastructure exists already. The commercial real estate was available. There was places that we could move to quickly. It was easy to scale up, as the county definitely supported us in that process.
If you'd like to order one of these portable mini campfires, visit the City Bonfire website. As Forrest Gump once said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Forrest Gump is a great movie, but it is a terrible chocolate philosophy. I always want to know what I'm gonna get.
But one thing's for sure when you get a box of treats from Chiquette in Gaithersburg, you'll get a delight in every bite. Sarah Dwyer has a sweet gig as the owner of Chiquette, a business she started 10 years ago. After spending a decade in the financial industry, she took a trip to Paris and came back to Maryland, did some research, and decided to become a chocolatier.
And I started making chocolates at home, and people would start to buy them. And then little by little, I just grew that people kept calling and asking for chocolates. And then as that grew, then stores wanted chocolates. And just little by little, all of a sudden, I had a business, which was great.
Today, her chocolate-covered caramels are made with honest ingredients. She uses fair trade chocolate, the vanilla for the caramels is sourced from Madagascar, and the sea salt comes from France. Flavors range from the bestseller classic vanilla salted caramel to unique flavors.
Well, look at that. Aren't those so cute?
From Moco Made to Maryland Pride.
So this is our commercial kitchen. We make chocolates 3 nights a week.
Councilmember Sidney Katz joined us for our tour of this little bit of heaven.
And we always try to say that we like to tell a story on our chocolate.
Chiquette chocolates are made fresh in their Gaithersburg kitchen every day. These tender treasures are shipped across the globe and sold in 250 stores. Early on in the pandemic, Dwyer had to get creative to keep the business going. This savvy entrepreneur used the crisis to her advantage by capitalizing on the popularity of a beloved public servant.
These are our Dr. Fauci chocolates. You know, in April, I kept thinking, like, he's just such a superstar. Why does someone not have chocolates of him? I thought, you know what? We put Dr. Fauci on chocolates, and it literally saved our business.
Dwyer said everyone was ordering the sweet treats for Mother's Day.
Because everyone's mom has a little bit of a crush on Dr. Fauci. I'm just gonna say, when he gets played by Brad Pitt, you know everyone has a little crush on him. So lots of people ordered Mother's Day chocolates, and then they added Dr. Fauci as well, which doubled our Mother's Day sales.
Unbelievable. He saved the world and you.
He saved millions of lives and Chiquette chocolates.
There you go.
As the pandemic wore on, sales continued to grow with her innovative designs and flavors.
So we use real rosemary, we use real peanut butter. This is like if a Rolo and a Reese's had the most delicious baby in the world.
In December, sales were up 1,000%. Dwyer has about a dozen employees today, and she hires young people from Cornerstone Montgomery and Sunflower Bakery.
I'm able to employ people who love making chocolate too.
She'll tell you she has the best employees.
This is Stephanie, she's our packaging person. She can tie a bow faster than anyone you know.
Chiquette is a sweet dream come true for Sarah Dwyer,
So many things that we can do to make life a little bit sweeter.
where even the toughest day is a labor of love.
So to me, taking something, like I said, that comes out of my head, and I believe in it with all my heart.
Actually, I'd like to try the
Peanut butter,
thing, yeah.
and then I make it with my hands. That part of it means that every piece of chocolate, whether I actually touch that piece of chocolate or not, or if I've tied that bow or not, it's all part of me.
That is good.
Yay! And I just think that's one of the most amazing things about being creative and entrepreneurial. That combination, sometimes in your head and in your paperwork, might look wacky, but once you put it all together, it makes a great product. Our values, best ingredients, best taste, and best people.
To learn more about the delectable offerings at Chiquette, you can visit their website. There's nothing more universally loved than fresh flowers. They've been around for centuries. In Silver Spring, Bell Flowers has been spreading the love since 1947.
It was mangum florist, probably since the 30s, and originally started by my great-grandparents. And then in the 50s, my great-uncle and aunt bought it. And then my parents bought it from them in 1983, and I will be the 4th generation.
Chad Mangum runs the business today. He says Bell Flowers focuses on building long-lasting relationships and creating unique designs. Those are huge blooms. The pandemic has thrown a wrench into their supply chain, but overall, business has been steady. People still love the idea of sending flowers to reach out and touch someone.
Actually, at the beginning of 2020, not knowing what was going to come, I decided to put a little air purifying plant section on our website, and that has exploded. People, since they're now working from home, want to have a little air purifying plant on their desk, have a nice little background for your Zoom calls and things like that. So we've seen a huge increase in the number of peace lilies we're selling, which are probably the #1 house plant we sell. Close behind that would be the orchid plants. Those are just beautiful, as you can see, the blooms, and they last for months. They've gotten to be a lot easier to care for nowadays too. So these are a little bit of what we got in today.
With a wife and 3 daughters, Councilmember Will Jawando is a regular customer with a standing account. The folks at Bell Flowers know exactly what Michelle Jawando likes.
This is a beautiful arrangement, and so I usually mix tiger lilies, roses, some carnations, and they do a great job. It's to the point now where I just say,
I need my arrangements.
Exactly, and they know what they're doing.
You see Tony picking out some flowers to make an arrangement.
As Chad and his staff prepared for Valentine's Day, we got a sneak peek at some of the beautiful arrangements just waiting to make someone's day. Their warehouse was full of beautiful fresh flowers, including lots of roses. On Valentine's Day, Bell Flowers receives orders for more than 200 dozen roses.
At least that's what we're shooting for. Yeah, it's gonna be a busy week.
Chad Mangum says one of the best parts of his business is that he has so many devoted regulars like Councilmember Jawando, who's been a customer for 20 years. And he thinks being in Montgomery County is an added bonus.
It's an amazingly diverse community. I've been born and raised here and love the county myself. We're so close to the Beltway right here in Silver Spring that we can get to basically anywhere in our delivery area within 30 minutes. And that kind of service, I don't think you can really beat anywhere else.
It's one of the reasons why local company have been here for generations. They've built those relationships. It gives comfort to the people ordering flowers. They're bringing joy to the people they're delivering to. It's a really peace of mind. I can call a couple days before if I forget, and which I try not to do. But they build a record that you have reward points. They're just a really
reminders to you, so you don't forget.
Exactly. So it's a great business.
So when you fall short of words and want to show someone you care, check out the Bell Flowers website. Well, that does it for this episode of Made in Montgomery. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kenedy. Thanks for watching.